Hello Virgo, welcome to Creators on the Crest. I'm Stephanie, this is Blazer the Morkie, and we are bringing you your reading for the next 10 days. Today's reading will be pulling a card for your overall energy. We're going to take a look at your energy, the energy connected to you, and then how those energies mingle and dance in the middle. And then we'll close it off with an oracle card for the Virgo collective. Keeping in mind, these are general readings, so only take what resonates and leave the rest. You may want to check out your sun, moon, rising, or north node reading placements for additional context and texture. Also be sure to check out the description below if you're interested in a personal reading, connecting on social media, or making a donation. Everything is much appreciated there, and I love the engagement on Instagram at Creators on the Crest. If you follow me there, sometimes I run specials, little flash tarot specials, discounted rates for readings, but only there and only for 24 hours. So keep your eye out. I'll also be here every other Sunday from 7 to 8 Central doing live readings. All right, Virgo, let's get into things here. Virgo, your overall energy is the number 18 card. Some of you may have a birthday on the 18th. Cosmic flower. The frequency of cosmic flower activates our remembrance of the place we call home, the core from which we pour our magnificence out into the world. The core from which we pour our magnificence out into the world. So cosmic flower, Virgo. All right, so there may be some things going on here, and really having a look at the energies that I'm seeing here and seeing that cosmic flower there, I think there's more going on than meets the eye. There's definitely more going on than what the mind can figure out. So let's get into this reading, because I see a lot of mental energies here, and I see some things that need some work. So on your side, you get the Ten of Swords, the Three of Swords, and the Moon. This is a time possibly of shadow journeying for you. And keeping in mind that during the times in our life where we are journeying through the shadows, some of you may be going through a Saturn return. That could be what this looks like for some of you. Age 28 would be the first one. And then in your 60s for the second one, I believe. 60s, 70s, somewhere in there. Don't quote me. This could be a time where you're really feeling like you're getting beat up or beat down or pushed down or shoved down, or the energies are just really heavy. You could be thinking like, how is this all going to come to wholeness again for me? There's some pain involved here for you. You're holding on to some pain. There's maybe some unresolved kind of things going on that have you a bit captured in that energy. And the Moon comes in really begging for and asking for your intuition, letting the intuition lead, but letting the intuition come and guide you out of the shadows there. It's Cancerian energy as well, connected to the Moon card energy. So something to keep in mind there. You also could be dealing with a water sign, or this is just representative of your own healing process and you're uncovering things as you go. For the person connected to you, they get the Page of Cups, the Ace of Swords, and the Hanging Man or the Hanged Man. This energy, the very loving person, very curious about you and about even the world, someone who has a zest for life and nature. They are also quite sharp, very intellectual as well, smart. They like to get to the point of things. They may move a little faster, but right now they're going through a time of looking at things differently, figuring out. I think they're probably working on their relationship with money, finances, wealth, abundance. That could be the kind of issues they're working through right now. And they're trying to see different perspectives, different way of doing things, different way of not only saving, but maybe even investing money. And this is something that has them preoccupied maybe at this time. In the middle of the connection, we're going through some healing here with the Four of Swords, and we have the Page of Swords. We have to be careful here with the two of you going through what each of you is going through, not to injure the connection. I think there has been injury to this connection. I think there is a lot of healing that is and has and still needs to take place in this connection. I feel that at times this connection feels quite unsupportive actually, because of all the healing that's needed. We do have the energy of that cosmic flower though there. And that, remember, that's the activation of the remembrance of the place we call home. And that's finding home within ourselves and being able to find home in other people. But right now there's just a lot of mental energy that's coming in, and a lot of air energy, and maybe not enough grounding energies. So let's see if some of your more earth energies will come up and balance this out. Because in the connection, there's a lot of work to be done. Let's look at this Ten of Swords on your side, the Justice card, and the Nine of Pentacles. I think you're carrying around something, Virgo, that is begging for release. It's begging for release because letting go of what you're carrying here is going to bring you into a better balance with yourself. It's going to allow you into those cosmic flower energies. It's probably also going to pull you in your heart space, with Justice being connected to the sign of Libra, which is close to you on the calendar. Some of you could be cuspers, and this is an important energy for you to understand. I get it. It is more of the air energy. In this particular deck, she is holding the scales in one hand, but in the other hand, it's almost as if her hand has been severed, and she's now holding, not holding, but attached to her is a pomegranate, which is a sign of wisdom. It's what's on the veil behind the high priestess. It's what you get to enjoy when you're in the Garden of Eden with the Empress. And I think that you've got to bring some of your energies into balance here. They're out of balance, and it's really keeps bringing you down. I feel like you get to the point almost where you bring things into balance, where you're ready to let go, but there's a part of you that keeps hanging on and then keeps feeling like you're almost there, but you're not. And you keep in this perpetual cycle of, I'm almost there, but I'm not. And it could be with this person. It could be, infiltrating multiple areas of your life. It could be with your job. I'm almost there, but I'm not. And you tend to get upset about this. Instead of being able to see everything that you have built, you're not really seeing that. And it's because of your reluctance to maybe drop some of these energies and resolve them once and for all. If I'm looking at this and you're someone I care about, I'm saying, hey, you need to find someone to talk to. Not this other person, not your partner, probably not one of your kids, this needs to be a third party that comes in and helps you work through some of these energies. You need tools for this. Now, for the Three of Swords, you show me the Page of Swords and the King of Wands. There's a whole lot of passion within you, and that wants to be acknowledged, but it is also tied up to your ego. You tend to bite off more than you can chew mentally, and then it ends up weighing you down. You think you're ahead of where you're at with your own healing process. You think you've resolved pain that hasn't really truly been resolved. You have a lot of passion, you have a lot of fire in you, and I think if you can find the way to redirect that passion and energy into your healing as a priority, that's what's going to get you out of these energies of just constantly feeling like you're not there yet to actually turning the page. Let's find out with this moon though. Let's see here. What is this moon energy here? The intuition, the Eight of Wands, and the King of Swords. Yeah, it's like the clarity that you need will come to you when you've gone through the shadows, but it's like you don't want to gain that wisdom. You don't want to go that way. You just want to try to logic or think your way through it, and honestly, that's just not going to work. That's just not going to work out for you. You'll continue to cycle. There are some of these fire transformative energies coming in for you. You have to be willing to grasp them. You can't push them away. You can't logic them away. There has to be this balance, that justice balance of intuition and logic together. It can't be just one or the other. There has to be that balance of it. And I think an opportunity is going to come in for you to really work on that, but you're going to have to take it. It could come in the form of a person, a coach, a mentor, a counselor, someone like that, someone trusted that you can speak with. But you've got some things to resolve here, and they're not the kind of things that can be logicked away. I think you've made great strides on your mental faculties and your logic alone. I think you've done really well for yourself with that. Like I said, you're a very passionate person who has a lot to offer the world, but you tend to get too heavily burdened in the mental space. And so that has to be offloaded so that you can move forward into this magnificence and pouring it out into the world. It's like the world can't see it yet because you're not activated in that place within yourself. And that place within yourself is in your heart. And what's in the way of that? Pain. And, you know, this is not abnormal for any sign to deal with. It's just that at times you get too heavily invested in the mental energies. And you tend to shove away the healing process thinking that you can logic it out. And it doesn't work that way. For the Page of Cups for this person, they get the Devil and the Empress. So that's Capricorn energy there. But this person, it appears that they are struggling with their own balance. They are struggling to keep in harmony their masculine and feminine, their positive and negative charge, the light, the darkness. They could be pulled a little bit into control type of energies where the illusion of control kind of captures them, and instead of listening to their intuition and to what they know to be their true, especially their true feminine energies with the Empress there, they end up kind of stalling out. And it's almost like a car that breaks down and has to be restarted again. It has to be given the right juice to start again. And they, with the Devil energies there, they could be working hard on trying to figure out, honestly, how to embrace more of the feminine energies. Talk about a cosmic flower opening up. That's what this person is trying to do. Be in their receptive energies. Open up. Feeling safe opening up could be an issue for them. So there could be the tendency for them to want to try to control things because of a safety type issue for them, and opening up and receiving. For the Ace of Swords, they get the Two of Cups and the Strength card. To be in partnership for them, it's a special kind of balanced energy, right? And so to be in partnership with you, they've had to be really strong. You may be also dealing with a Leo here. I sense Leo energies here. They want to be able to come to you with a well-balanced offering of love. Like, that's their intention every time they approach you. But remember, I said at the same time, they have that little subconscious illusion of trying to control things. And maybe their efforts don't come across as they really intend them to, or don't come across to you with the clarity. And this is maybe something that they perceive as a weakness within themselves, or a weakness that they have in relationships. Hence the trying to maybe make up for it with the controlling energies of the Devil there. But they've got some nice counterbalances here with the Empress and the Two of Cups. That's where they come more into their heart, more into their emotions, and that's where that cosmic flower can bloom. So both of you dealing with issues of being in the heart space without control, but surrendered in that space. For the Hanged Man, they get the Magician and the Seven of Wands. I think they're going to overcome some of this. They're definitely working on it. They're definitely trying to select other ways of doing things than they have before. They're trying to see things differently. I think this person has a hard time being recognized, a hard time being seen at times, a hard time being confident in their own skills, talents, and abilities. And so that's where that little bit of control comes in. So that certainly isn't an energy that really helps you out when you're dealing with your own things to overcome here. So at times, you know, that may be why this relationship is in a mode of healing or needs healing right now. Because both of you are trying to come to the places within yourself where there's that magnificence can bloom. For the Four of Swords, that's the healing, the needed healing, the surrendering ourselves into that healing. You bring in the energy of the Tower. Why? Why, Virgo, would you do that? They bring in the energy of the Six of Cups. They're on board with the healing. You, however, tend to not get the message until it's too late. And so you're constantly in this cycle of getting to where you're almost realizing something. You're coming to a new recognition. You're coming to closing out a cycle and moving on to an next one. And then you always are falling short here. But it's like you're sabotaging yourself. And you're sabotaging this connection. When you sabotage yourself, you sabotage this connection. Your true self, your heart, your healing process. Why would you sabotage your healing process? This is just not something that you can do long term. You can try, but it's going to result in you just really looping around in life. There has to be a portal where you allow this energy of your own magnificence to come in, but it has to be from a healed heart. You can't pour magnificence out into the world with any amount of passion unless you do it from a heart-centered place. You can, but that's going to result in very similar things to what result in the problems that we see in the world right now, right? Those are the effects because you're not at your cause point. The cosmic flower, you have to be at your cause point to activate your magnificence in the world. And if you've got pain that needs healing, you've got to be honest with yourself about that. Let's look at this Page of Swords. You bring in the energy of the Fool. They bring in the Page of Pentacles. Yeah, so it's going to be hard for this particular connection that you have to reach the lessons and the maturity that it needs to reach when the two of you are at times both behaving foolishly or from places of control or places of, oh, I know and resist, but I'm resisting my healing process. But I know everything, but I'm resisting my healing process here. Virgo, this is a tough one because the universe is calling to you. It's calling to them. It's calling to this connection here. And it's so important that you're willing to take the step, but take the step from your heart, guided by the heart here. That is what seems to be missing in the reading, except with the Three of Swords, where the heart is punctured by wounding on your side, the pain. They did bring in a little bit with the Cups energy here, but there's still a lot of healing to be done. So we got some work to do here, Virgo. I know everybody, you know, come on and they're listening for that, you know, yay message. Everything's golden and beautiful. And I do like to do readings. Honestly, my intention always is to be empowering and encouraging, but sometimes we have to really look at these shadows and really look at these places where we're stuck and where we're trying to control things and say, oh, I might not want to do that anymore because if I do, I'm going to keep getting the same results. And that's what I'm seeing here. It's kind of like that, you know, definition of insanity. You can't keep doing the same thing and expect different results. What got you here won't get you there. So stop sabotaging the healing process. Allow the healing process to take place. So Virgo, as I was saying, allow the healing process to take place. The cards went to flying, and this one came out from the Angel Dreams Oracle. You got Waning Moon, and it says introspection and self-inventory. Yes, for a reading like the one you've had, where the universe is calling to you, calling to this other person. We want your magnificence out in the world. In order to do that, though, we must go through this healing process individually and together. And the two of you have these things to work on. So introspection, that's the energy of the Hermit, which is aligned with Virgo energies. Going into that space, taking an inventory of the self, really having the courage to look at those shadows and call them out. Open yourself up to the healing process so that you can overcome, so that that magnificence is ignited in you and can spread out to the rest of the world. Virgo, thank you so much for joining this reading today. It was my pleasure to do it, and I can't wait to see you next time.